For my card, I use the Glorious Leaves. You can do this idea with any card. I chose to use this one. I'm specifically using this image, and this image. I am creating my card on Night of Navy, on Westboro. Oh my gosh, I'm in such a shape today, very vanilla. So you need your card base that's 5.5 by 8.5, and I'm in the US, and it's scored down the middle. You need a piece that's 4 by 5 1/4, and then you need scrap paper to stamp your leaves on. I'm going to set those aside. For my colors, I'm using crushed curry, mossy meadow, and cherry cobbler. I also have a sponge dauber for the cherry cobbler and the mossy meadow. All right, and then to add some interest to my card, I didn't pull out the other one. I have the Intricate Leaves dies, and I've used the stick, and I've cut out 2 of those out of espresso. And then I have the 3rd leaf. Where did I put the 3rd leaf? Oh my gosh, what a mess. There it is, I never took it out. There it is. All right, so you need the 3 leaves. You're seeing it in real life, ladies. I also used the Harvest dies. This one, I wanted the wheat looking ones, and I cut it out of gold. And then that's it. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp my images. And the reason I need the sponge daubers is I'm going to add some color to my leaves after I've stamped them. So I'm going to take the first one and I'm going to ink it up in the crushed curry. I'm going to take my sponge dauber and add some, what color is that? Cherry cobbler to it. Okay, so I get that look. All right, there's that one. Then I'm going to take my larger leaf, I don't know which one that is, and I'm going to use some cherry cobbler on it and some of the mossy meadow, and I need something in the middle because it looks funny if you don't. And I'm going to stamp that one. Let me see if I can get this on here. Oh, I hope I didn't choose one that's too small. There we go. All right, so then I have some multicolored leaf there. And then for my last one, I'm going to ink it up with the crushed curry. And this time I'm just adding some of the mossy meadow. So I have that. So I have my 3 leaves, and I'm going to cut them out and clean this up, and then I'll be back. And there are my leaves. We're ready to put our card together. You're going to take the piece that's 4 by 5 1/4, and the first thing you want to do is you want to put down your branches. And I have my glue in a little thing like this because then I can get little tiny dabs out of it. Oh, I need one down here. So I'm going to put this one on, and I'm not worried about the bottoms because we're going to cover that with the leaves. So I'm going to put that one there. Then I'm going to add the next one. I always end up with glue on my fingers, so I try to not have it like that. All right, and then we're going to add this. Now this is a lot longer than it needs to be, so I'm going to put it down, but I'm not going to put glue on the ends. And then I can take and cut it off because it again will be hidden under the leaves. So I'm going to put this down, all right, like so. All right, and then I will tell you what I take and do for my glue to set is I take a block and put it on top. I'm going to get my cloth that I have to wipe that up because I don't want it on there. All right, while that is drying, I'm going to set it aside, and I'm going to fold my card base, and I'm going to do the inside of my card in my envelope. So I'm going back to my crushed curry and all of my other colors. Now you have to be careful not to mix up your daubers or you'll have a mess. And I'm quite certain most of you saw my stamping table. I will be the first to admit, I am not a clean stamper. I make a lot of mess, but that's okay. Now I'm going to stamp this on the inside here first. Oh, I should have stamped it on, I did it backwards. Stamp it on your envelope first because it's lighter. Then stamp it in here, but that's okay. I can't go back in without cleaning it, so I'm just going to leave it. The next one I'm going to do is my long leaf, and it has the Mossy Meadow on it, so I'm going to stamp it to this side, and then I'm going to add this one down here like so. And then the last one I'm going to do is my fat leaf. I don't know what these leaves are called. If anybody knows, make sure you let me know in the comments. All right, and I'm going to stamp that one there. And that one's already worked out all right. Sometimes it just does. And this will be okay too because this leaf is in the front and those are in the back. So it worked out. All right. Let me get this out of the way or I will mess up my cards. I have been known to do that. All right. So, first thing I'm going to do, since I've got this stuck down pretty good. Now, I'm not worried about this because, like I said, the leaves are going to go down here. I'm going to put this on my card front. So, oh, and you know I need to close up that glue before it clogs. It dries on the inside and that's not good. Okay, so, and I always open my card up. I see it better. I don't know why. I know I'm a little crazy, but that's okay. All right, so there's my card base. All right, I'm going to start with this one in the middle, and I'm going to put this one on with dimensionals. And I use a half a dimensional. I cut them in half. It's just me. I like to spend my money on other things rather than dimensionals, and I like to use a lot of dimensionals. So I cut them in half. All right, so there's that one. And I'm going to put that on right about there. All right, and then I'm going to take my snips and I'm going to go underneath here, trim that off, and then go underneath and get those. All right, I'm not worried about that piece sticking up. If it bothers you, you can put a little bit of glue on there and it'll hold it down. I'll show you what I mean.